The history of our civilization is not merely written on paper or inscribed on tablets, but etched deep within the planet's crust. We often boast of towering buildings or orbiting satellites, but the very engine that drives it all lies hidden in the darkness and oppressive heat beneath our feet. For over 40,000 years, humans have been Earth's most aggressive invaders. We are never satisfied with what's available on the surface. We claw, blast, and split the Earth's crust for rocks and metals we label precious. But beneath the glitter of gold and the energy we extract lies a harsh reality. Our obsession with digging deeper is permanently altering the anatomy of the only home we have. Today, we will descend into the deepest pits ever created by humans to reveal the true cost of this ambition. Our journey begins not with giant machines, but with the silence of prehistoric caves. The earliest evidence of human mining dates back 40,000 years, when our ancestors ventured into the darkness to extract minerals like ochre. Interestingly, it wasn't about material wealth. Our initial focus was expression. These minerals were used as pigments to paint stories on stone walls. Humans' first act of digging into the earth was actually an artistic one. We dug because we wanted to leave a trace of our presence. However, aesthetics soon gave way to far more brutal needs. Entering the Neolithic period, humans discovered that certain types of stone, such as chert, could be shaped into the world's first high-tech products, weapons, and cutting tools. To obtain the best quality stone, prehistoric miners dug vertical shafts tens of meters deep, using only deer, antlers, and bone shovels. This was the birthplace of mining technology, pure muscle, sweat, and survival instinct. These stones were more than just tools. They were the key to creating fire, the thing that separated humans from the rest of the animal kingdom. The biggest turning point came when we learned to tame heat. The Bronze Age marked the era when humans stopped simply carving the earth and began melting it. This was the Silicon Valley of the ancient world. Miners developed the technique of fire setting, lighting a large fire on the surface of the rock to make it extremely hot, then suddenly dousing it with cold water. The sound of the rock cracking from this thermal shock was the sound of civilization's progress. Copper and tin were extracted on a large scale, creating the world's first international trade network. Civilization was no longer built on the ground. It began to be forged from what we could pull out from beneath it. The modern world we enjoy today, with all its electricity and industry, was born out of coal mines in the 18th century. For thousands of years, humanity's efforts to dig deeper have always run into one major enemy: groundwater. The deeper you dug, the more water seeped into the tunnels. This crisis gave birth to one of history's most revolutionary inventions, the steam engine. Originally, it wasn't built for trains or factories. It was designed as a giant pump to suck water out of mines so humans could dig deeper. Unbeknownst to us, this water pump became the heart of the Industrial Revolution. Coal became the black gold that fueled the world's transition from muscle power to mechanical power. Energy demand skyrocketed, forcing mining technology to evolve at a terrifying pace. Gunpowder began to be used to crush mountains. Steam-powered elevators replaced fragile wooden staircases, and the world's first railways were built not to transport people, but to bring coal out of the darkness. At this point, humans were no longer simply taking from nature. We were depleting the Earth's energy reserves that had been stored for millions of years in a matter of decades. This obsession soon expanded to every element in the periodic table. Iron, nickel, and eventually oil became the new targets. Mines went from small pits to giant open craters visible from space. We created an industrial ecosystem, fundamentally hungry for underground materials. But as we dug deeper, the risks became more deadly. We began to encounter extreme temperatures and pressures capable of destroying steel. Yet, in the pursuit of progress, we never seemed to know when to stop. We continued to pierce the Earth's mantle with no regard for the geological stability that had been maintained for millions of years. Beneath the glitz of smartphones and the conveniences of modern life, there are permanent scars on the planet. Centuries of massive extraction have created an environmental crisis that can no longer be ignored. The most pressing issue today is not simply that we will run out of resources, but that the extraction process itself is destroying Earth's life support systems. We are talking about massive deforestation, the extinction of countless species, and the permanent contamination of global groundwater reserves. In many parts of the world, unregulated and illegal mining has become a cancer in the ecosystem. Vast areas of rainforest, which serve as the planet's primary carbon sink, are being stripped bare to reach the raw ore. Toxic waste from processing these minerals, such as mercury and cyanide, is dumped into rivers, poisoning ecosystems and ultimately into the oceans. Globally, this creates an ecological debt that is impossible to repay. We may gain short-term profits from commodity sales, but the costs of environmental recovery and the public health crisis far outweigh the value of the gold we bring to the surface. We are essentially bankrupting the future to finance the present. Humanity now stands at a crossroads. Our technology is advanced enough to begin considering sustainable alternatives. There is a global push towards a circular economy, where we recycle existing metals rather than continually harming the earth to obtain new ones. However, the most valuable resource is not actually gold, diamonds, or lithium. The real treasure is the planet's ability to sustain life. No matter how deep we dig, we will never find a replacement for a healthy earth. Ultimately, our greatest achievement will not be how deep we dig, but whether we learn to stop before it's too late.